This Thanksgiving NFL DFS and props edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is presented by WynnBet. WynnBet is now live in Arizona, Colorado, Indiana, Louisiana, Michigan, New Jersey, New York, Tennessee, and Virginia. From boosted same-game parlays to live in-game odds, WynnBet has what you need to win. Sign up today, bet $100 and get a $100 free bet at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WynnBet. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WYNNBET. We're also brought to you by the SGPN Thanksgiving free roll. Everyone who hits a football bingo in our contest will win $100 cash and a $100 gift card to the SGPN store exclusively on the SGPN app.
What's up, everybody? You're watching SGPN. Fuck the Cowboys. Let's go, baby.
Welcome everyone to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, stacking the money green with my partner in picks, Ryan, Real Money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer?
No, it's a Giants are on Thanksgiving
for
the.
Yes.
I mean, when is the last time this
You'll be
happened?
sitting in front of your TV watching that thing live, and
if by TV you mean the beautiful sky filled with stars in the Mojave Desert where not even GPS works, abso-fucking-lutely.
In the office today, Ryan described Christmas and Thanksgiving as throwaway holidays to CJ Silver. That is a hot take. To be anti-Thanksgiving and anti-Christmas.
You sound like my wife. What are you, pro Halloween too?
No, Halloween's a joke holiday. NFL is Ryan, Thanksgiving is embraced by John Madden. If Thanksgiving was embraced, if Halloween was embraced by John Madden, then I'd have to reevaluate my stance.
Last thing we need is John Madden messing around with genomes.
He's one of those guys who will get penetration.
Crossbreeding ducks and turkeys and chickens. The turducken was a great idea, though.
Great idea. John Madden brought it to the masses. Thanksgiving. Hey, I'm giving thanks for WynnBet. You should too. They're the presenting sponsor of the Sports Gambling Podcast Network, and they're giving back to you. Bet $100, get a $100 free bet. I mean, if you're not spending your Thanksgiving ripping that parlay wheel, are you really enjoying the national holiday? Perfect time sitting around telling friends and family, hey, you guys sign up over at WynnBet. I get all these podcasts. I get this website all for free. Thanks to the good folks over at WynnBet. SportsGamblingPodcast.com/WynnBet. Bet big, win bigger over on WynnBet. And of course, make sure you get in on the Thanksgiving free roll. Again, all you got to do, fire up the SGPN app, click the contest tab. Next thing you know, you're playing football bingo. A lot of fun. Hey, and as always, reminder, gamble responsibly. Offer subject to change. Terms conditions at WynnBet.com. Must be 21 or older. The president say replace the word is available. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700. Joining us on the line to talk DFS, NFL player props. You know, from the NFL Gambling Podcast, the NBA Gambling Podcast, so many other podcasts. Mr. Terrell Furman. What's up, Terrell?
So give me 1 second, fellas. I writing something down real quick. Okay.
I like this. Always with the
Cowboys.
props.
1-10.
I know, it's a great nugget.
Last 11. Thanksgiving. And
you're a trends guy now.
9.5 point favorites versus Giants. Let's go ahead and add that bulletin board material to the wall because, oh man, will I just say?
What?
Terrell is actually putting it on the bulletin board.
Bulletin board material going on the wall.
There we go. Bulletin board material right there because there's no way that you're making us 9.5 point dogs against a team that can't cover on Thanksgiving. Absolutely no way. So we're just going to add that up there for motivation for the week. Going to motivate the team, motivate my bets.
Sean, how about this for motivation? Did you hear the latest from Jerry?
No.
views his team as the kind of team that could quote go get him a Super Bowl.
Okay. All right. So Cowboys.
Wow, he really knows how to jinx it.
Can go get.
I mean, I don't want to. I don't want to take it too far back. But if you remember, Sean, way back when, this was a back against the wall game. Another thing going on the youtube.com/sports gambling podcast. Terrell putting more bulletin board material on the bulletin board. Sean, if you were to remember this back, it was 2008. We were out in Las Vegas with a friend of the program, Will. We were down to our bottom last couple pennies. Put everything we had on the New York Football Giants against the Dallas Cowboys on the money line around 3-1 divisional round. They were catching 7.5 points. And obviously we know the Giants go on to win. They go on to beat the undefeated Patriots. That's not the fun part of the story. The fun part of the story was Jerry put tickets to the fucking conference championship game on each player's chair before the game. What happens when Jerry gets confident?
Look out.
He's old. He shits himself. That's what old people do. All right. That's enough of that. I will say I was racking my brain and I didn't have time to pull it, but I do not remember. I feel like there might've been a 10-point spread somewhere in the bad years with the Cowboys and the Giants, but this is an awfully large number.
Yeah, I mean, even for considering the Giants, normally the Giants are complete dog shit, not as dog shitty this year. So I'm surprised in a division game they put it up to 9.5. No respect, no love for your New York Football Giants.
Are you this a bit? Are you doing a bit right now?
No. I'm surprised that they made it that huge. I'm gonna kick off my DFS lineup. Give me the one and only Vanilla Vic, aka.
Oh, what are you doing?
Putting him in at the quarterback spot. He's only 5,500. And to me, you put him in at 5,500, you get the rushing upside. To me, it's very obvious what they do on offense. They're either going to hand it off to Saquon, throw it to Saquon, or let Daniel Jones run. They have no other options.
They only have 3-sided die.
It's very, where does the target funnel? Where does the distribution go? There's nowhere. There's two guys that are going to do it all.
Wan'Dale Robinson is now out, so I guess Richie James is back in the if you really need to. I mean, we'll get to this later, maybe with one of us, but I don't know. You're right. There's not a ton of things to think about here.
No, not much there. What are you doing, Terrell? Are you going Danny Dimes quarterback? What do you got?
Yeah, I'm definitely going Vanilla Vic this time around. So. If you catch the NFL Gambling Podcast episode that is releasing, I gave out a Jared Goff lineup, and because I said I had to say Vanilla Vic for this show, I had to.
I like that.
I'm definitely going Daniel Jones, and he can get it done through the air just because of the fact that he spreads the ball around so well. You might not see anybody that looks like that they had a really good game, but don't. He had 300 yards passing last week with the same bunch and Wan'Dale before he went down. I think that he can do something very similar this week against the Cowboys secondary.
Jack Ryan 369 is talking trash in the chat saying Kramer's scared to roll him out. Hint your Josh Allen lineup last week in the big boy. He's getting a good laugh. What are you doing in the quarterback?
I'm scared to roll out who? Dan Jones?
I think so. Yeah.
Listen, it's about content, bro. If I rolled out here with a Dan Jones lineup every week, you'd make fun of me too. I can't win. Although I will say, I know Jack Ryan is in the big boy most weeks. So,
yes.
Shout out to him for contributing to the kitty. I'm plus EV so far this year. Still,
nice.
Well, we if you won a week,
yeah, I won a week. So
11 weeks. EV. I think the weeks we won both were 13 people contests.
Right, let's go then.
We're still in the black. We got to get back one. All right. So my quarterback is not Vanilla Vic. And I very heavily considered just getting really contrarian with Kirk Cousins because no one's going to play him against that Patriots defense. But I'm going back to the Josh Allen well because Sean, all they did was drive down the field and then kick field goals. That's not going to happen 2 weeks in a row unless they're still missing Brian Dable. This is kind of going against my own conspiracy theories.
They're not going to be able to light it up without
they're
Brian.
playing the Lions and Dan Jones just threw for 300 plus yards against them. And I know what this offense is, the Giants offense is about. And there's not many outcomes to many games where they're throwing for 300 yards intentionally. This Lions team must not be very good. Josh Allen by $1 million, $8,000. What a discount. I hate that they flew back to Buffalo.
I don't like that move.
I gotta know whose wife forced that move.
Someone's like, you got to be back.
Whose in-laws are in town? Like whose parents are in town, and the wife didn't want to deal with it.
So they flew back Sunday night, I assume.
It's
and
not
then
that far.
When they flying back? Wednesday.
But Sean, I mean, we stayed in Detroit. There's a beautiful MGM there.
Yeah, there's plenty of
Detroit was nice.
Could have played some craps until midnight when the craps table closes.
All right, I'm for my running back. He is my stack for Danny Dimes, Saquon Barkley, coming off a bad game. He's 8,000. Again, he's going to get an insane amount of targets in the passing game and rushing. Like, who else do they have?
Breida.
Yeah, I don't know.
Stole a touchdown from him last week.
I'm taking Saquon Barkley. He's due for a better fantasy game at $8,000.
Barkley's rushing total down from the 90s down to 74.5 this week.
That's huge, wasn't he? He was as close to
100
90, yards.
93, and I might have given him out at 93, 94 last week.
Yeah, he's due for a bounce back game here. Terrell, what do you got for your running back?
Yeah, I mean, how do I not do Saquon Barkley? He's going to get all the targets. They're going to move him around the formation. They're going to find different ways to get him the ball and to exploit this team. And he's their best player. He's the best player by far. And so I'm expecting a really big game from Saquon here. Maybe a touchdown or two, something like that. Yeah, Saquon Barkley, very easy.
I mean, at this point, Breida is almost certainly better than the receivers you're rolling out there. Maybe figure out a way to get both those guys on the field. Yeah, I'm kind of talking myself, and I need to do a lineup with Breida.
Who's your running back? Ryan?
Running back
sounds like it's Matt Breida, but you don't have.
No, it's Ramondre Stevenson. 6,400. The reason it feels like I had to start with him in the lineup this weekend is the matchup versus Minnesota. And honestly, what we're seeing in New England, I thought Harris was a guy that was loved by the coaches. Maybe Harris was a McDaniels guy or something, because it was a 2-to-1 carry split last week. And oh, by the way, the revelation here is Ramondre Stevenson, who is a giant like bowling ball motherfucker, has great hands and is amazing in the passing game. He's got an insane floor, Sean. If you look at his targets over the last couple of weeks, 6, 7, 7, 8. I mean, that's the kind of stuff we were hoping to see from Kamara of late. And so, if you really look at it, his efficiency has kind of dropped over the last couple of weeks as his price has gone up. So there could be some regression coming in the form of scoring a touchdown. Love him in this spot. Good matchup. Ramondre 6,400. Yeah,
I'm with you. I also have Ramondre. I mean, the passing game work has been a real boon. And to your
he'll be
point,
chalky. It seems
he's one of the chalkier things.
Eating the chalk with him.
Chalkier plays for sure. Who do you have? You also have Ramondre. Who do you got?
No, I thought I had Ramondre. I forgot I took him off this lineup. I had him in the other lineup. I have Dalvin Cook here.
Okay.
And just more of.
Damn.
I think that this is a little bit of a bounce back spot for Minnesota. How do you get past primetime Kirk Cousins? You don't give him the ball. Yeah. You give it to Dalvin Cook. And if you have to attack this New England defense, the running game is where you do want to attack them. That's where they're more vulnerable. I think that this could be a game where they just force feed Dalvin Cook a bunch of carries, and he realizes that he has to be the one to get something going for this team and open things up down the field and play action. So yeah, I'm on Dalvin Cook here.
Terrell's got one hell of a garage to fit those Escalades in.
I'm actually looking to fade Dalvin Cook. I see your angle as far as taking it out of the hands of Kirk Cousins, but I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. I like.
How many people are playing Dalvin Cook, one of the more expensive running backs this week?
No, I think in DFS it's certainly an interesting angle. I guess I will get to the props, but I'm looking
Kirk
to fade
Cousins, Dalvin Cook, TJ Hockenson will be a very, very unpopular double. Very unpopular double. Probably so unpopular.
You like that?
Well, you could still bring it back with Ramondre.
Yeah. All right, Ryan.
So RB2?
Yeah, RB2. What do you
got? First stack with Josh Allen. I'm getting all the Bills points because they're going to the moon this week. No field goals this week. Give me Devin Singletary 5,700. Yeah. Again, this is a scoop on all the points. This is me scooping all the Bills points this week.
Scoop and score. All right.
Like I told you before the show, this lineup is going to be viewed as controversial by some.
Really?
By some.
All right. For me, my first receiver, almost a down game. was getting chippy with the head coach. Give me the ball, feed me the rock. Stephon Diggs, $8,000.
Hey, Sean, are you copying me?
Yeah, I mean, great minds think alike. Akuda is out for the Lions as well, so it does feel like the Bills are going to have tons of opportunity to pass.
Felt like a relatively easy week to build the lineup. Not to pat ourselves on the back,
Brian. You really know how to jinx something, don't you?
Yeah.
No. I'm not saying I'm gonna do well. I'm just saying, like, you know how sometimes it's hard to build that lineup where you're like, I feel good about everything.
Yeah.
You have like a position or two. This week, it just felt like there were multiple ways to attack this and still be like, yeah, I got this.
I got you. You also have Steph Diggs, Terrell.
Yes, I do. Come on, I gave out his 88.5 receiving yard earlier today, and he's hit that prop in 4 of the last 5 games. He's really a monster. Like, they don't have anybody that can cover him. I don't even think they can double team him right in this game. I think this is like 125 plus for Stephon Diggs, easy in terms of receiving yards. Add the catches and possibility of a touchdown in there as well. I think he's a really great play.
I think he carries himself well, and I think what he was whispering in McDermott's ear was, we miss Daboll. This punk ass private school pussy from Miami, Ken Dorsey, is calling some bullshit. Get me the ball.
Feed me the
obviously,
rock.
I have Diggs. If I'm building a lineup with Allen, I have
you got to
Diggs.
put Diggs in there.
So I have Diggs, Singletary, and paired with Allen so far.
Yeah, and then for me, I'm putting a lot of guys in this Buffalo Detroit stack, but I'm not playing Josh Allen. So I also have Amon-Ra St. Brown, aka the Sun God, 6,600.
Do we all have that?
Yes, I would assume. All right,
yes, we do.
We can move it along. I also
for my first bring back
for my third receiver, I think this guy could have a massive game. They always figure out a way to get him involved. Khalif Raymond coming off a 7-target game for 4,100. He feels like a bit of a steal.
Son of a
Why
bitch.
are you shaking your head? Right?
I have Khalif Raymond.
I'm so glad I took Khalif Raymond off my lineup.
Right.
I had him and I took him off. I'm so glad I took him off my lineup.
Right. Who do you have instead of Khalif Raymond?
We should have talked about this for content purposes beforehand.
It's good. It's all right.
All right, no. So instead of Khalif Raymond, I went with Jacoby Myers, and
he was the guy I was close to.
Yeah, just because not a big fan of that Minnesota secondary, and I think Jacoby Myers, he's always found his way to the ball. Like, they just pigeonhole and get him the ball. Last year, it was a lot of Hunter Henry that was getting a lot of the PPR targets. This year is more Jacoby Myers, and he's even gotten the end zone this year, which is a brand new thing for him. I think that this could be a spot where if they focus in on the run game, knowing that's the best thing that they do, Jacoby Myers can get behind and sit in the soft part of the zone and get a couple of PPR yards. So, yeah, I like Jacoby Myers in this spot.
Yeah, that's a fun one, and I don't think anyone's going to be playing many guys in the Pats passing game.
I think that game in general is going to get punted by a lot.
Really? You think? It's a dome. I guess they're all dome games.
Maybe Minnesota gets a little played. You just watch the way the offense has looked for the Patriots. I just don't know if many people are going to want to run to that offense.
Yeah.
And the Patriots being the number 1 team in terms of DVOA, I don't think anybody's like running to bet any Minnesota players. And then we all know how everybody feels about the Patriots offense. So
you should really never run on ice. It's dangerous. We're talking about a lot of running over here. All right, where are we at?
So you've given out all your receivers, right?
I've given out all my receivers. So a Josh Allen double with a double bring back.
So you also have Dawson Knox, I assume, Ryan?
No.
Okay, I have Dawson Knox 3,500. I mean, what's not to like? Ryan's all over it. I'm all over it. I do think, again, he's seemingly coming off a 7-for-7 game. Bring it back. I also think he's kind of due for some touchdown luck as well. Only $3,500. I couldn't figure out why he wasn't more expensive on this smaller slate. Like, he seems to me. I mean, maybe you have Hockenson higher. I guess Dalton Schultz maybe, but it seems like he should be way pricier than 3,500, considering the matchup, considering the quarterback, considering their offense. So Dawson Knox at 3,500, I feel like is a steal. What about you, Terrell?
Of course I have Dawson Knox.
There you go.
So yeah, I got Dawson Knox as well. When you look at the Lions, they give up 15.5 fantasy points to the tight end. That is 4th in the NFL. And right up there with the New England Patriots in terms of touchdowns allowed to the tight end, 7, which is 2nd in NFL, tied with the Patriots. I I think that this is a really good spot to just attack a position that is really, really weak on the Lions side of ball. You're expecting to see a bunch of points on the Bills side. I think Dawson Knox can come with 1, maybe 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, I mean, look, I do think last week was kind of like the ceiling without scoring a touchdown. He has like the angle again. The reason I didn't play him is I thought he fits really easily. He's got the green number next to him, and I didn't know if it was wise to play the quad stack with Josh Allen. So I left him off in favor of Mr. Dalton Schultz. The Giants linebackers will not. This is a problem. This is going to be a massive problem. He's going to have a ton of catches. 3,800. I wanted to make sure I had a little exposure to the Cowboys just in case. No, I really just wanted to be different and not play Knox.
You see how he's jinxing your team, Terrell?
No, I'm not jinxing
what this
anything.
guy's doing?
Terrell knows how the Giants.
I'm not mad at him because Dalton Schultz really does go off against us. And I had him in the lineup, but salary didn't work out. I had to take him out.
For me, my flex, give me Gabe Davis, 5,300. So I have Gabe Davis, Dawson Knox, and Steph Diggs, Amon-Ra, and Khalif Raymond, and then went cheap on quarterbacks and actually not even running backs. I don't know how I fit all these guys. I'm still doing the math. Gabe Davis, maybe Ryan will probably argue this is more of a cash game lineup, but cash game lineups have been winning people a lot of millions of dollars lately. Over on the old DFS slate.
I just think there's going to be a lot of duplicate lineups with some of these builds. I mean, your lineup sounds very similar to mine. I also have Gabe Davis. I have a triple with Josh Allen, Singletary, Diggs, Gabe Davis with Josh Allen, and a double bring back with Amon-Ra St. Brown and Khalif Raymond with just Ramondre and Dalton Schultz as like standalone plays. I just think that like probably everyone's going to even with Josh Allen and Diggs. And I was able to put all these guys in. So the only thing I had to sacrifice was the defense correlation. Yeah, I don't know. I think there's gonna be a lot of dupes. I think you have to play Patriots like receivers to be different.
Terrell, what do you got?
I have Richie James as my last receiver, stacking him with Saquon and Daniel Jones. He is a favorite target of Daniel Jones, and this is the ultimate redeem yourself. This is how you redeem yourself after fumbling away. And
you know what? You're right.
Us the Seahawks game. This is how you redeem yourself is by going off against the Cowboys on Thanksgiving. By going off, he has a touchdown in garbage time last week, which also re-implements in my mind that Daniel Jones looks for him because he got him one in garbage time last week. I think this time he gets a couple, maybe even a first touchdown. I couldn't go Galladay. I tried to go Galladay. I really did. I tried to be super contrarian where nobody is going to play Galladay, and I couldn't do it.
Galladay is not going to play Galladay, Terrell.
I think if you're playing Vanilla Vic, this is a nice way to get a little bit different. Although, who knows? It could just be his salary relief allows you to play even more Escalade type players.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take Daniel Jones and Gabe Davis versus Daniel Jones and Richie James. I mean, I understand the stacking aspect of it, but like for me, going down to Daniel Jones allows you to get all these other big name guys in there.
Oh yeah, no. What I'm saying is, if you go down to Daniel Jones and Richie James, you could play.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. I have Saquon, Dalvin Cook,
Diggs,
Stephon Diggs, Amon-Ra St. Brown. I got some expensive guys at the top of it.
Yeah, that's true. What do you got, Kramer? Or you already gave out your flex.
Everything's out but my defense.
Okay.
And that's I've actually done a triple bring back or is this a Josh Allen stack? Give me the Lions defense.
Really?
It's the only thing I could afford. I originally I really wanted to play the New England Ramondre correlated play. I then had to sacrifice, went down to the Giants, and I was like, well, I can make this a little bit because I can do Richie James and Giants defense, but I thought I'd rather have Khalif Raymond. Went Lions D again. Josh Allen has been doing Josh Allen things.
No interceptions last week, but the previous 3 games he had 2 in every game.
So again, what are you doing when you're playing defenses, Sean? You want a lot of possessions, so things can happen.
I'm taking the Giants 2,400 correlated with Saquon Barkley. Like the idea of them creating some turnovers on the old Dakota Rain Prescott. Cowboys are just so bad in Thanksgiving. Again, why I like Thanksgiving as a holiday. 10-1 betting against the Cowboys on Thanksgiving. What could be better?
I will say I've never shared this on the air, but what basically around the time that football is being played, some point in the late morning. We do have a little one-on-one. I'm permanent quarterback. The two kids go one-on-one. We play a little football in the desert. So there is some tradition carried on.
Oh, nice. So you got to tweet out
some
videos.
I'll have the wife take some video of us.
It's more like a turkey combine.
Well, we'll see. This year I'm a little worried for the older one. The younger one has advanced physically. I'm thinking she's going to be able to beat the press that her older sister usually holds her up with. All right.
Well, what's your defense, Terrell?
Giants. Of course, Giants.
So Sean and Terrell just fucking held hands and walked down the aisle.
Yeah.
Yep. Pretty much.
Winner aisle.
Sharp. We're gonna split $1 million.
Sharp. Yeah, we can cut it halfway. I'll happily split the pot with Terrell. Yeah. So kind of chalky, but hey, we got some props coming up. And before we get to that, shout out to Dave. That's right. Hey, holidays are coming. Maybe money's a little tight. Dave is there to help. Again, Dave can get you out of a jam. I wish Dave was around, when I didn't really have a lot of money, getting second place in the Millie Maker. Dave would have been great to have around back in those days, because the holidays is always such a bummer. You're like, want to get my mom something nice, want to get my lady something nice, and you're a couple bucks short. Dave is here to help. It's a banking app that can get you up to $500 instantly with extra cash. With Dave, there's no interest, late fees, or credit checks. Again, that's, relieve some holiday stress. Dave is there to help. You can tackle some of those expenses, last minute gifts, whatever it is. Dave has got you covered with extra cash. Think of Dave as a helping hand from future you. Download the Dave app from the App Store right now. Just go to dave.com, sign up for an extra cash account, and get up to $500 instantly. For terms and conditions, go to dave.com/legal. Instant transfer fees applies. Banking provided by Evolve Bank and Trust, member FDIC. All right, let's talk NFL props for Thursday football. God bless the NFL for giving us that extra late game.
When did they genius that into existence?
I think it was like 2011.
That was a Commissioner Goodell ad, right?
I think it was. We're a Goodell shop, so we'll give Goodell credit. I kind of remember. It was I think it was a Eagles Cardinals. Yeah, 2008 was the first year I remember it. The Eagles were 5-5-1. It was the year where McNabb learned about ties in the NFL.
Oh wow!
And then they went on to destroy the Cardinals, who were pretty good that year, 48-20. And then I think Cards ended up beating us in the NFC Championship game. But that team went on a little bit of a run, 9-6-1, sneaked into the playoff. And kind of a fun team there. McNabb 4 touchdowns. Taking me back. Thanksgiving. Again, greatest holiday known to man. Ryan, what do you got? Who's your first prop?
Josh Allen over 270.5 passing yards.
Wow. That feels low.
By $1 million.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm playing this all the way up to 300. I just think we're going to, again, maybe I'm just like stubbornly buying the dip on the Packer or the Bills, just like the Packers, but this is Vanilla Vic was not Vanilla Vic last week. I mean, he was good. He was running the ball, but he threw for 300 yards. Again, Josh Allen is going to shred this defense. So yeah, over 270.5 passing yards. I brought only overs because I wanted to be grateful for things happening, not things not happening.
All right. Well, Ryan,
make you guys look like
I'm
assholes.
grateful for unders. I'm grateful for good defense. We mentioned it earlier. I think Dalvin Cook, I'm going under.
Oh my goodness.
73.5 rushing yards.
How dare you?
I think the Pats defense can show up against this Vikings offense. So yeah, give me Dalvin Cook under 73.5 rushing yards. Sorry to throw salt in the wound there, Terrell. Well, we'll see. I mean, we'll see come Thursday. What do you got for your first prop?
First prop, give me Daniel Jones over 39.5 rushing yards, because he's going to be a man running for his life. That Cowboys front is really, really good. He's going to get the opportunities, and I can just see it now that everything's covered downfield. Nobody can get separation. He's going to have to make it happen with his legs. So yeah, give me Daniel Jones.
Fun fact, Dan Jones to lead Thanksgiving games in rushing is only 22-1.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, what do you like? Do you like that better, or Daniel Jones 2 touchdowns at 17-1?
Well, the 2 touchdowns is great because they like to run those the boot action, the RPO. You know they're going to be running a lot of that against the pass rush of the Cowboys.
I'll give that out as my next prop
I would
then.
say 2 touchdowns feels a lot more likely than him leading the day.
Yardage is tough, but Dan Jones.
Well, he does have that top end speed though.
Vanilla Vic. Dan Jones, 2 touchdowns, 17-1. Let's go. Kramer, what do you got?
All right, so I actually meant to go circle back on this one, and perfect. I'm quick. All right, Gabe Davis, longest reception. What would you think that's set at? Sean,
20 something.
28.5 yards.
22.5 over.
Wow.
My thought was, well, boy, I wanted to take his over in yards, which is only like 54.5, which I love also, but he's going to do it. I thought was, I'll probably do it in a catch. Like that's one of those, he'll do it in a catch props. So I went and looked at the longest reception, 22.5.
So wait, sorry. What is his total receiving yards? Is
54.5.
54.5.
But his longest reception is 22.5. It just.
So you're saying he's getting half of it in one go?
Darius Slayton easily did the. So yeah, over 22.5 longest reception, Gabe Davis.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of opportunities against this banged up Lions team. Although the on the other side, the Bills are pretty banged up too. Like they're missing.
Perfect for a DFS.
I know.
Game environment.
I'm more just trying to think about the game itself because that number is huge. All right, for me, I know we had already talked about him, but Khalif Raymond, anytime touchdown at plus 350. I like him in DFS, and I like him.
Yeah,
I like him to score a touchdown. You know, people want to say, Sean, you brilliantly hit on Austin Hooper 2 touchdowns. Take us behind your process, and it's looking at guys.
I did hear multiple people say that.
You're being sarcastic, Ryan, but people did ask me my process. He is well behind his touchdown percentage. Last year, he had 48 catches, 4 touchdowns, right? So he's getting a touchdown 1 every 12 catches, essentially. Right now, he has 26 catches, 0 touchdowns, aka Khalif Raymond is due to score a touchdown.
I like that.
Anytime touchdown plus 350.
I like how you brought math to the logic party.
No, I did a little. What do you got for your next prop here, Terrell?
I like Khalif Raymond. I also gave him out at 25-1 first touchdown. Just throw that out there.
Yep.
But next prop, let's go to primetime Kirk Cousins. And Kirk Cousins interception prop is set at even money right now for him to throw an interception.
Oh, what?
Am I missing anything? Scott brought this to my attention, and I was like, "There's no way. There's no way he's plus money."
Dude, we have been theorizing that the interception markets appear to be one of the last bastions of hope when it comes to being able to squeeze juice out of these fucking fruits. They've taken away the multi-touchdown markets, the first touchdown markets, but the interception market, they seem to be asleep at the wheel. I mean, we discussed this at nauseum with Josh Allen, with
Josh
Matt
Allen's
Stafford.
almost even money as well. It's crazy.
I mean, Mac Jones is minus 165. For reference, Kirk Cousins is even.
Oh, I gave him out on the other show. That's the only reason I'm giving out Cousins.
I mean, Josh Allen is a good bet too. I mean, he's had 6 interceptions in the last 4 games. Now, none last game, but then, like I said, 3 weeks in a row, 2 interceptions each. Yeah.
All right, so I like that. But P.S. All right, so my last, I kind of have 2 props. But I won't. We will. Ramondre. They continue to set his rushing attempts too low. They continue to set it at 12.5 or 13.5, and he continues to get 15 or 16 every week. So
yeah. What is it? What's
13.5.
Oh wow. Yeah.
But I'm gonna give this one out because I really like this. Away teams. So you get all the away teams versus all the home teams. I'm taking the away teams plus 2.5.
Plus 2.5. What do you mean?
Points. Like you combine all the points of the away team. So I got the Bills, Giants, and Patriots. Here's the logic.
Great.
Here's the logic. I'm telling you, I love the Bills to score a fuckload of points here. Maybe I'll be wrong, and Detroit will stay with them. But I think Bills win by 1 million. And so really, I'm saying they smash the spread. I get the Giants. Obviously, I'm rooting for the Giants. Well, and for those who want to know, I'll be watching the Giants game around Saturday around 8 p.m. Pacific. and pretending like it's happening in real time. So please don't try to bother me. I will keep the force field up until then. And then taking the Patriots, although they show up as a +3 dog, obviously, anytime you can fade Kirk Cousins and add that into the pile seemed like a fun prop. I certainly like the away side better than laying the points with the home team.
Yeah, I mean,
because you could be cooked after the first game if the Bills win 37-17.
Well, and
good luck.
We all think that the Giants are going to hang around in that game. Obviously, that would be where the spread would come into play if they end up.
Which, by the way,
end
Sean,
up routing.
You played Vanilla Vic, divisional game.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you mean?
Oh, you had been avoiding the divisional games. In your
okay.
DFS lineup.
So, it's a 3-game slate.
Yeah, no.
And he's fading the Cowboys.
Yeah, no, and you. You
don't have to explain it.
No. But to your point, Ryan, I am locked. I put in 5 guys in the non-conference game, aka the Bills Lions, which should have an insane amount of scoring. So that was the logic there.
Perfect.
Yes. Time for the DegensOnly prop.
#DegensOnly.
Oh wait, I got one more.
You got one. Oh yeah, sorry. What do you got, Terrell?
TJ Hockenson 2-1 scored touchdown. How do you bounce back from dropping 2 touchdowns the week before against Cowboys by giving him one more and actually getting in the end zone this time?
Love it. Yeah, I mean, again, didn't TJ Hockenson say something about after he was traded? It's great to go to a team that's going to start winning, or that a team that wins. And since then, the Lions have not lost. Love that trend.
That looks bad.
Yeah,
it's a very strong trend.
It looks really, really bad.
How big did you go, Sean?
I went 30-1. Mine isn't as dramatic as some of my DegensOnly bet. I can't get away from this Khalif Raymond character. Give me Khalif Raymond 2 touchdowns at 30-1. Although I also like Terrell's first touchdown, but I'll stick with 2 touchdowns just because I don't want it to be cooked after the first touchdown. I want to be able to sweat out that early game.
All right. So
what do you got for yours?
Well, so just listen to this lie. So I was digging around for something a little bit more fun. It's a prime time slate. All the teams are on prime time. How many teams of the 6 that we get to see do you think would run some sort of gimmicky play where a non-quarterback is throwing a pass towards the end zone? I'll let Terrell open this up to you too. So in my handicap of it is pure and simple. Diggs is passing like Josh Allen is catching a touchdown pass from Steph Diggs this week. But that aside, I think both teams in that game, maybe not the Lions. I think the Patriots are capable of it. Maybe Ramondre, and I think the Giants are very much capable of doing something. They're going to have to do something tricky.
Desperate.
And McCarthy, that's half the teams right there. It's 20-1. Non-quarterback throws a touchdown. The price isn't good enough, right?
It kind of sucks because it's not that good of a price. I mean, if you think about it, how many times a week does a non-quarterback throw a touchdown? I mean, we saw one last week with Derrick.
It doesn't happen enough, but it's because of the stage. I think the stage creates something, right?
Maybe. What? So is that?
No. I wanted to talk about that.
No, it's a fun bet, but I think you're right. Like that needs to be 40-1 or something.
It's a good thought exercise. Okay. I mean, I didn't go as big as you.
It's okay,
but I did. I left him off the DFS lineup, but I kind of feel like Isaiah McKenzie's been hiding in the weeds. And they've had some moments of struggle. They've been kicking a lot of field goals, and they love to dial up when they're in the red zone, when they're down there in less space. They love to dial up those strange plays to Isaiah McKenzie. Isaiah McKenzie to score 2 touchdowns is 20-1.
I was keeping an eye on him. I don't mind that at all. He and they have the design rushes as well. I thought maybe I forget what week I played him for that 2 touchdown stuff. It was that game that was supposed to be Keenum, and then Josh Allen ended up playing that Minnesota game. Yeah, but again, they work him in the design run stuff. He's had 4 carries last 3 weeks. Last 4 weeks. He didn't have any last week against the Browns, but he's definitely interesting and occasionally kick returns. So
it just seems like if you're struggling when the field is shortening and you don't have, maybe your offense isn't operating the same. They like to do gimmicky shit with him. So 2 touchdowns, decent price. Although again, they killed these
I see it's 27-1.
Oh,
okay.
Well, I'm looking at the wrong internet. I got I'm on the dial up right now.
Let's go.
Is that all we got?
Well, we got to hear Terrell's Degens only.
Terrell's not going to embarrass us with something small.
Terrell, what
absolutely not going to embarrass you with something small because everybody I wanted was too small, and so I couldn't. So guess what I had to do? I had to parlay them. Duh.
Yeah, that's smart. See,
I really feel bad luck that we're going to this Bills-Lions game so much, but it's just so much opportunity. Give me Dawson Knox 2 touchdowns, 16-1, and we're gonna parlay it with probably the only thing the Giants have going well for them, and that is Saquon Barkley. So Saquon Barkley to get 2 total touchdowns is 5-1. Completely sapped everything out of it. But if you parlay them together, just what do you think? What do you think that is?
I mean, my math, it's big. You let us know.
Massive opportunity.
101-1.
Oh my God. Oh, let's go, Terrell.
And actually, as we're talking, let's see just gotta put this.
Half the show is just us putting in bets while
goodness.
the show is going on.
Sorry,
pretty much.
New bet. If you can take the Isaiah McKenzie 2 touchdown that I mentioned earlier, and tie it to Darius Slayton 2 touchdown.
Oh my God!
Let's go.
100 will pay you 41,600.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it almost feels like we should do that. Just parlaying 2 touchdown prop bets is really the future.
#DegensOnly. We're from the future. We're telling you.
They're going to take this away from us too. Yeah, that's what the almanac has. It's just all the good 2 touchdown parlay opportunities.
Like anytime anything is going well, even in the NBA, they sapped away spicing people up to 40+ points, 35+ points. Like they take everything from us.
So if you're watching on YouTube right now, you'll see the reason why Sean was able to give out.
Yes, I mean, it has Austin Hooper right in here. They actually have real stats in this thing. It's pretty great.
What do you mean they actually? How else did you get Austin Hooper 2 touchdown?
Oh, all righty, guys.
All right, Sean, come on. We got another show in 90 minutes.
We got to wrap this up. Rally. Hey, get your football bingos. $100 cash, $100 gift card. Everyone who hits a bingo.
Yeah, tweet out your bingo card.
Participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
Yeah, tweet us out what you got for your bingo card. Make sure you follow Terrell on Twitter @ReallyRel. Check him out on the NBA Gambling Podcast, NFL Gambling Podcast, College Football Pregame Show. He is everywhere. For the Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean, stacking the money green, and he is Ryan.
Fuck the Cowboys.
Kramer, let it ride.